Joining me now is Terry Shanahan. She is a lecturer at UC Irvine and also the program chairperson for this event. Thanks for being with us, Terry.
It's really exciting to be here talking to you about my favorite subject. Yay,
right?
Science education.
Yes, and here it is. You've been diligently planning this for what, nearly 2 years? Tell me about that planning process. What goes into this?
What happens is NSTA contacts a local science educator, and that program chair then asks other people that that person knows to be the program coordinator and then the local arrangements coordinator. So everybody's a volunteer. Nobody gets paid for this work. We spend lots of hours thinking about what do teachers need when they come to our conference. So we met 20 months ago as a committee with lots of different people coming from different backgrounds all over the state of California for this conference. And we had to decide on big ideas. What are some strands? So we had to come up with 4 strands, and we all were, luckily, even though we came from different backgrounds and different experiences, we all came together very quickly about what was important for us to talk about at this conference. So we knew that with the new science standards coming in, that people needed more information so that they could feel more confident in working with the new standards. So we have an NGSS strand, we have a science, technology, and engineering and math strand. We have a strand about science and literacy because a lot of us are teaching students who don't have the same opportunities and who have language that they speak at home that's not English. And so how can we provide English or science for these English learners? And so we had a science and literacy strand and then an equity strand because the new standards are about science for every child every year. And so we have those 4 big ideas, and then the proposals that were sent for the workshops all fit into one of those 4 strands.
And you also have a theme that's very relevant to California. Tell me about that.
We had lots of fun picking out a theme for the conference. Because it's LA, we had to think of something fun, and so we had, our theme is sun, surf, and science.
Of course. Yeah. And you had some little ties to Hollywood too.
Right, so some of the strands have movie tie-ins like Mission Possible or the NGSS Odyssey, and so we had lots of fun coming up with marketing tools for promoting the strands.
Yeah, and of course you're making STEM education fun. Talk about what you think we need to do and why it's important to have meetings like this to improve STEM education.
Well, science educators are a community that's really specific. You know, teachers, when they go to conferences, learn about strategies or literacy or reading, but the National Science Teachers Association is very specific to helping teachers be more confident and more comfortable teaching science. So we have student teachers who are here learning something about science teaching. We have new teachers who are here. We have experienced teachers like me who have been here for some time and attended quite a few conferences.
Yes.
So we're all sharing ideas, and last night, for instance, I saw a high school teacher having a conversation, a high school teacher from Santa Ana, California, having a conversation with a university professor from southwestern Louisiana, and they were talking about molecular biology, and the high school teacher was teaching the university professor about some things that she could try in her college classroom. And so there's sharing of ideas and pedagogy and lots of energy. There was a middle school share-a-thon yesterday, and the energy in that room for that share-a-thon was amazing.
Yeah, and it must be amazing to you to see it all come together, all of your hard work coming to fruition.
The committee really worked hard and spent many hours planning the conference and then organizing teams to read proposals and making decisions about those proposals. It was time consuming, and here we are, hooray, at last, and having people coming up to me saying what great workshops they're attending and how many good ideas they're going to take back to their classroom. So it's really exciting that we're here and it's working and everyone's having a good time.
Absolutely. And in closing, Terry, on that note, what do you hope will be the biggest takeaway for those attending?
So because we have all these strands that are related to science teaching, we're hoping that teachers will be able to transition what they learned here at the conference to their own classrooms, and then sharing with their colleagues at their school sites and sharing with their administrators. We really want principals to get behind science education. For a long time, English language arts and math ruled the school curriculum, especially at elementary. And now science is making a big splash and saying, hey, we're here, let's teach some science. And oh, you know what? Students can talk about science, they can read about science, they can write about science. So let's connect science to literacy and use science as a way to learn about language arts and promoting language arts through science. So how do we help parents to be more comfortable with NGSS, because it's more than just those 4 letters. So having communications when they get back home about everything that they learned here at the conference.
Great advice, great stuff, a great conference. Thank you so much, Terry Shanahan, for joining us, and thank you for all of your hard work.
Oh, thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about my favorite topic.